Okay, let's just double check everything's working. Okay, safe. Welcome to the live stream. My name is AJ. I've been a pet groomer for 15 years, and I've actually been working with dogs since I was 8 years old. I was bathing dogs in my mom's pet salon that she had inside of our house, so I have literally groomed over 10,000 dogs. It's insane. I should do the math and calculate how much exactly I've done. This is Cochonn. She is the fluffiest little Pomeranian you've ever seen in your life. I love her. She has the best personality. She's so playful and fun. And she's like 6 pounds, 14 ounces, and just all fluff. So she's getting a bath and brush package today. Which means that we will be we will not be shaving her body, but we'll still be doing everything else. So we'll start with doing her nails, sanitary shaving, and pad shaving, after which we will go back and give her a bath. Let's go ahead and get started, little Cochonn. I am going to start with her nails. Come here, Cochonn. It's okay. Can I see your foot? Can I see it? Pretty please? Pretty please? Okay. She's got teeny little nails, and I can see the blood supply through her nail because it is clear. And I can see that I don't have to take too much off. Clear nails are definitely really nice to cut because you can easily tell where the blood supply is. And if anyone is trying to cut their own dog's nails at home, just remember that where the pink blood supply starts on the outside of the nail, where you can see it, you cannot cut all the way down to that point. You have to stay above it because the blood supply grows in a cone shape inside of the nail. It's kind of hard to describe. I have a video titled Cutting Dog Nails Perfect Every Time, where I have a 3D image of what the anatomy of the dog's nail looks like. And it also tells you, if you do want to cut your own dog's nails, how far you can cut, how to know when you're done cutting, a bunch of other things, but it'll show you what it looks like and how far to cut. So if you want to do it yourself, check that video out. And if you're not brave enough to do it yourself, which I don't blame anyone who's not, find a good groomer that can do it like this. It's okay, Cochonn. It's okay. Hang on. Good girl. Good girl. Hang on. You're okay. You're okay. Wait. I know. And she does have dew claws. I gotta make sure I cut these. And I need to check the other foot. Make sure that I got it. I did not. She's so fluffy, it's hard to find her nails. Okay, front nails are done. Let's get the back ones done now. Hang on, Cochonn. So she's being a little wiggly. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold her body close to mine with my arm, and I'm gonna lift up this back foot so that I can just hold on to her a little bit better. She won't wiggle quite as much. Hopefully be able to get these nails done a little bit quicker. I call this puppy jujitsu. And it's just finding different ways to hold the animals without hurting them at all. Good girl. Okay, now I'm gonna do the same thing, except I'm gonna reach underneath her body and pick up her back left leg so I can cut its nails. It is especially important that she doesn't move around and I don't manipulate her back legs in any funky ways. My first time grooming her, I noticed that her back knees were clicking. And I told her owner, and she ended up taking her to the vet. She needed surgery on both of her back legs. So, because she's had surgery, I want to make sure that I am very careful with those back legs. I don't do any strange manipulations, any twisting, any pulling, because I don't want to aggravate anything that, I don't know if there's pins in there. I don't know if she might have, be more likely to have arthritis or things like that. I want to be very careful as the groomer. And so that's why I did that technique, to where I control her body, prevent her from moving around, jumping, pulling too much, and it's going to keep her safer as well as make the job easier. Okay, nails are all done. Now I'm going to grab my number 10 blade. And we're going to shave her pads. Okay, Cochonn, can I shave your pads now? Are you going to wiggle for that too? Let's see how you do. Oh, good girl. When I'm shaving a dog's pads, I am only shaving inside of this V-shaped little crevice just beneath the main paw pad. I'll shave from underneath as well as from the top, and trying to get all of the hair out from that little crevice, but I don't want to shave outside of this little crevice. One area that you might be tempted to shave is between the toes, but that's actually a little dangerous. You could accidentally cut the skin between the two toes, and that would be very sad for the dog. You'd have a nice vet bill as well. Take care of that. And that's actually called clean feet. That's something that we do with poodles, where we shave between all the toes. It's a little bit more of an advanced grooming technique. So if you're new to grooming, or if you're grooming your dog at home, I don't recommend you start with that until you have a little bit of experience. So she's doing wonderful for shaving her pads. She's being super duper patient. She doesn't mind it near as much as cutting her nails. She was wiggling a bit for that. Okay, her pads are all done. Next step is I'm going to shave her Sani, which means I'm going to shave her belly and down to create a little potty path so that when she pees, it doesn't get messy. You stand up. Okay, belly looks pretty good. And I'm going to shave her vulva. Okay, I'll get it from the other side as well. Okay, and then now, to finish the roughen, we will shave her bum. We're just going to create another little potty path so that poop doesn't get stuck to the hair on her bum. Okay. Alrighty. So last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to feel over her body, make sure she doesn't have any big tangles. She comes in pretty often, and I believe her owners brush her out pretty well at home as well. Yeah, she feels good. I don't feel any tangles. Okay, let's go give her a bath. Give me just one moment. I'm going to get the back cameras turned on, and then we'll give her a bath. Have a little more coffee. This bathing rack is really nice for these little dogs, although a little difficult to put in. It elevates them so that they are both off the bottom of the tub, so there's no water pooling around their feet, and they're lifted up much higher, so I don't have to bend over and break my back to get the dogs bathed. Okay, let's go grab Cochonn. Cochonn? Put this leash on you. I need to double check what shampoo you're supposed to be doing. looks like we do the de-shed shampoo. Okay, so for this bathing process, first thing I'm going to do is warm up the water. We don't want cold water on the dogs. Once the water is warm, I will turn on this bathing system and I will express her anal glands. This is an external anal gland expression. I just reach below the rectum, lift up on the anal glands and pull them towards her bum, pull them out. Just, they don't come out, but the anal glands, the fluid comes out. Wow, doing a terrible job of describing this today. So this bathing system, it mixes the shampoo for me, but it requires high pressure. So I can do that on her body, her legs, her tail, but I do not want that high pressure on her face, ears, nose, and mouth. So I will turn it off, turn the water pressure down, and then wash her face by hand. So let's get started. Now this is a little too loose, isn't it, Cochonn? There we go. You stay right there. Okay, water's warm. Go ahead and turn on the bathing system, and let's wash her body. Okay, let's get her anal glands. Stay. It's okay, push on. Okay. They were not too full. Expressed normally, normal color. Okay, now we'll go to the de-shed conditioner. bathe to rinse. I'm gonna get the conditioner out of the line. I don't wanna get any of that conditioner in her eyes. Turn the pressure way down. And I want to avoid water getting in her ears and in her nose, but at this low pressure, it's okay if it gets in her eyes. So I'll pin her ear down and hold her head just in the way so that none of it runs down in her nose. Good girl. Good girl. Oh my God. You're so cute and tiny. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So cute. Now, as I'm using this shampoo and as I'm applying it, I'm trying to avoid the shampoo from getting in anywhere besides her fur. So I don't want shampoo in her ears, her eyes, her nose, or her mouth. I'm trying to be careful about not letting any of that happen. She's got a little bit of eye goobers in the corner of her eye. Go ahead and wash that out. The teeniest little muzzle. One finger is the length of her muzzle. Oh my gosh, Cochonn, you're so cute. She has the sweetest personality. When she's done and when other dogs are in here, she just runs around, zooms, wants to play with them. She is just the cutest little thing ever. And now her chin isn't lathering, so I'm going to apply a little bit more soap. Anytime a spot doesn't lather really well, I know that that spot is not clean. And so I need to apply more soap until it lathers properly, and then I know it's clean. I love this dog so much. Okay, turn the water pressure back down. And I'm going to rinse off her face, trying to avoid water in her ears and her nose again, but I'm going to make sure to rinse out her eyes really well, just in case a little bit of soap got in there. Hang on, Cochonn. Hang on, baby. Wait. No, wait. Good girl. Good girl. Wait. Wait. Hang on. It's okay. Nope. Yeah, wait. Hey, baby. No. Get here. Down here. Hold still. Hold still. Good girl. Good girl. Hang on. Hang on. I know. Okay, her head's rinsed. I'm gonna turn the water pressure back up and rinse off her body. Okay, now she is all rinsed off. I'm going to do the final step of the bath, which is to wring out or squeeze out all of the water. And as I'm doing this, I'm checking for any slippery, sudsy spots that might indicate there's still soap there. If I feel something slippery, I'll look at my hand, and if there's any bubbles, then there's soap still, so I need to rinse it again. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a towel. And when I towel dry, I rub the body, squeeze the fur, and I continue to do it until the towel is no longer taking off any more water, or the towel is completely soaked, and in which case I would grab a new towel and repeat the process until the towel is no longer picking up any water. After that, we go and we blow dry. Okay. All right, we've got her towel dried off. Go ahead and toss this in the wash. Oh, I missed a foot. There's a foot dripping. Okay, we'll just go over her one more time with this other towel. Good girl. All right, now that we have double checked that she is all towel dried off, go ahead and attach her to this leash. I'm just gonna bring this arm down a little bit. Put her in the kennel for a second. Okay. Now these blow dryers are very loud. If you're exposed to the volume of these dryers for too long, it can cause hearing damage. So I always put in these little earbuds, give myself some hearing protection. And for the dogs, I use cotton balls to give them a little bit of hearing protection. Now these are too big still. She got teeny little ears. There we go. If they're too big, when the dogs shake their head, the cotton balls will just fall out. Here we go. Now when I'm blow drying, I will have the blow dryer turned all the way up on high, and I'll slowly introduce it to make sure that the dogs don't panic. If they're running around trying to jump off the table, I'll try to put a hand on them. If I can't calm them down, then I will turn the dryer to a lower speed and dry them at that lower speed until the dog is either comfortable or until the dog is dry. Cochonn's pretty good. She doesn't love this part. This is the scariest part of dog grooming in my opinion, based on the way that the dogs react to it. But I'll dry off her body, her legs, her tail on high, and after that, I'll turn the dryer down to low, and I do this the same areas I didn't want to get soap in. I don't want high pressure air getting in there either. So even on the low speed, this dryer is still a high velocity blow dryer. So if the dryer is right against her skin, I cannot let it get in her eyes, nose, mouth, or ears. If I need to get those areas and she's wiggling, I'll do it from far away so that it's a really low velocity. Okay, Cochonn, you ready, baby? All right, if your volume is up, I would turn it down because this is really loud. So I'm having a really hard time getting her muzzle. She's really scared of it, does not want it on her face. So I'm grabbing a little paper towel and I'm gonna try to just wipe it as dry as I can. Good girl, Cochonn. I know, baby. I know. It's hard stuff, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm gonna see if her face will dry by the time I finish brushing and trimming her off. If not, I'll come back and we'll dry her face just a little bit more. But she's hating it and I think it'll air dry, so we'll call that good for the drying. Let's head back up front and finish her haircut. Let's go, Cochonn. Let's go. Cochonn? Cochonn? Come here. What are you doing, silly? What are you doing, little girl? Hi. Okay. Alrighty. Now that we're done with the bath and she's all dry, we're going to finish up by brushing out her entire body, and then we're going to do a tight trim up, which is mostly going to be around her bum, legs, belly, and then her mane. Her mane gets super fluffy, so we're going to trim that up too, and then just a little bit around her ears. So let's go ahead and grab my detangling leave-in conditioner, as well as my long bristle slicker brush. Go ahead and brush out all of her fur. She has so much of it, might take a minute. It's crazy how much hair this little dog has. She's so teeny. It's so fluffy. Okay, back end's all brushed out. Let's work up to her shoulders and front legs. Take the leash off so that the hairs that are underneath it aren't trapped as I'm brushing around it. Okay, seems like this side of her shoulder's done. I'm gonna lift her chin up. I don't want to spray this conditioner on her face. Now get under her neck and her chest. You're so fluffy, Cochonn. This is by far the fluffiest Pomeranian I've ever met in my life. She's also so tiny. How are you possible, Cochonn? I got you, baby girl. I know. I know. Now I just want to make sure that her belly's brushed out, and then we'll be all done. Okay. Oh, and now she's so soft. Alright, let's put this leash back on. And now we can start scissoring. So I'm going to grab my comb and my shears. And I'm actually going to start a little bit lower on her feet. And to do the feet, I need a brush. And I flip the foot over, comb all the hairs to the bottom of the foot, and anything that is growing past the pads gets trimmed. Then I flip the foot back over, brush the hairs out towards the sides, around the outside of the foot, and then finally back brush the top of the foot and around the top. Okay. Now her foot looks good. I need to trim up her leg now. So I'll follow the spot where I started trimming it, and I'm just going to keep cutting straight up. Make a fan shape in the feathers, back feathering of the leg. I was wanting to show you guys a little before and after, but there's so much stinking fur on her chest. You won't even be able to see it. So let me take some of this off real quick. Wait, Cochonn. Wait. Stay. Stay. Okay, now we'll be able to see real quickly what it looks like before we've trimmed the foot and the leg to what it looks like after we've trimmed the foot and the leg. Although that after shot did not look very good. It wasn't trimmed very evenly. I'll try that one more time. Before and after. Okay, and now we just repeat that same process for the other 3 legs. get a little carried away. Back to the feet. Okay. One last foot. Okay. Now we're going to start tightening up the rest of her body and her haircut. So you can tell just how fluffy she is now that her feet are done. She looks like this giant fluff ball with these teeny little feet. Oh my gosh, I love you, Cochonn. I love you, you're so cute. Okay, God, I need to focus. So, start with this back end. The amount of hair that she has is so above the average that I'm happy to take a completely different approach towards doing a tight trim up. This is coming together quite nicely. She might look like a normal level of fluff of a Pomeranian after I'm done. Gosh, you can tell what's tail and what's her body. This is so crazy. Okay. Wait. Oh, good girl. she's kind of holding her legs different. Yeah, this one, the ankle is kind of going forward, hyperextending a little bit. I'll have to let her mom know. I would normally be trying to describe to you what my thinking process is, how I normally do these trimmings. I'm just a tiny bit behind, and I am kind of figuring this out as I go because she's so fluffy that I haven't really had to do a trim like this besides on her last time. So I don't have very much practice, so I'm not able to describe it very well right now. I'm trying to make it even, but I'm also trying not to take it too tight and have the top be way longer than the bottom and have it look funny and not blend in. So I'm trying to balance between those two things of taking the bottom tight enough that it's a good tight trim up, but also not taking too much off because I'd have to take a lot off of the top as well. Her hair is like 5 or 6 inches long, so it's this is a very different. Hey, you gonna smell that? Oh, you gonna lick it? Yeah, you're such a cutie. This is a very, very different type of trim up that I don't do very often. Pomeranians are not the most common these days, and a Pomeranian this fluffy is so rare. We are getting close. We need to get her chest, her mane, and her ears. And then we should be about done. So to do that, I'm going to take the leash off of her. I don't want it impacting any of the hair, holding it down, trapping any, changing the shape. I want it to all sit very naturally before I trim it. Then I have to give this girl a hold still. Do a little wiggle more. Stay. Stay, Krishna. Wait. Wait. Alright. 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 You're so lovely. Yeah. Wait. Stay. Stay. Wait. No. Let's go. Okay. Alright, well, I'm scared to take off any more of her fluff, so I think we're gonna have to call it. Go ahead and send her mom a message. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and clean her ears, and then hopefully that will get her to shake her head or her whole body, and then we can see if there's anything else that needs trimmed, anything else that pokes out once she's all fluffy and the fluff gets shaken out. I think her ears are pretty dang clean. Wait. Okay, she did a good shape right there. So I'm going to pause on my ear cleaning and do a little bit of trimming. Wait. Wait. Oh, there's the hair. Stay. Okay. Let's go ahead and clean her other ear. Her ears are very clean. Okay, push him. I'm going to try to get a photo of her. Wait. So fluffy. Cochonn? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The cutest. Okay, that is the end of the stream. I hope you enjoyed. Au revoir. I should have another dog here right now, but they are not here. So something is awry. So we will see. We'll have to reach out to them. At the very latest, we'll be back live streaming at 12:30. Got a Bernese lab cross, and yeah. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed.